Hey Cancer, I'm Arwen, the professional joy seeker, and these are the Cancerian Tarotscopes for the week of April 3rd through April 9th. Thanks so much for joining me. If you're ready to get a reading, I would love to work with you. I do email and video chat readings. You can find me at tarotbyarwen.com. Click on Work with Arwen and then click on Conversations, and you can choose what you want to do. We're going to be looking at your oracle card next. If you want to know more about the decks I'm using, please watch and share the main video. That's where I have information about the interviews I've done, I'm going to do, and the decks I'm using. So I think you'll really enjoy that. Also, take a look at last week's Cancer Tarotscopes. Tell me how it went for you. Now let's look at your oracle card so we can get your affirmation together. Your affirmation is that thing that I say you should say 3 times a day, 3 times each time, out loud and to yourself, like looking in a mirror. You get white rose, new start and wisdom. Knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom, Aristotle. Now this card did show up for another sign, so if it's one of your moon or rising or sun, then if you get it twice, really pay attention. So this is new start and wisdom. And I think what this is that I embrace the wisdom of new starts. I embrace the wisdom of new starts. I embrace the wisdom of new starts. And really let yourself sink into that, Cancer, and see where that takes you. Next, we're going to do your 3-card Tarotscope. Remember, I do these for all 3 signs. And that's why, all 12 signs. And that's why I say, watch your sun, moon, and rising, because those 3 signs will give you a more rounded picture for the week. And we are going to dive in. And again, if you want to know more about the decks I'm using, that's in the main video. Cancer, let's see what you get. Go to a main card, a help card, and a hinder card. Your main card is the Devil. Now, the Devil can be a really interesting card, right? I've got to get he's not focusing because it's not seeing the card right. So I'll put my finger there. The Devil is a card of its power struggles, it's what you chain yourself to, and it's a bondage issue. So what are you letting bind you? What are you feeding? What are you feeding that keeps you in the same place when you don't need to be in the same place? Okay, does that make sense? You know, sometimes we're like, oh, I can't leave my job because if I left my job, all these bad things would happen. Are you even looking for a new job? Are you even trying? Or are you just whining and bitching about the bad job? Sometimes we do that. We're water signs. I'm a Pisces. We can get kind of caught up in our whine. Move out of it. Okay? Try beer instead. What's going to help you with this? Now, I love this card. I really love how she's made a cross for the 4 of Pentacles. And the 4 of Pentacles can be a card of stubbornness. It can be a card of unyielding in terms of resources and feeling like resources are limited. Kind of plays into that whole idea of, being bound to something because you think you can't be free. And it may be because you think there's a paucity of resources. Really examine that, Cancer. Write it out. Talk about why you feel trapped. Talk about what makes you feel free and how to get to those things. Now the hinder card, and I'm not going to even look at it yet, but the hinder card can sometimes be, in this case, the card you want to focus on, right? Because it hinders all that energy. Yeah. King of Wands. King of Wands is he who goes and does and gets done and makes things happen. He burns shit down. He burns shit up. He does not let himself be limited. And I believe it was Gemini that I just told, make sure you don't let others limit you. And I think this is going to really apply to you too, Cancer. Burn it up, baby. Get out there and burn those bonds, burn those chains. Release yourself. Metaphorically, we're not saying burn down a house. Good gravy. But I'm Arwen, the professional joy seeker. And these have been your Cancer Tarotscopes for the week of April 3rd through April 9th. Seek joy, y'all. Pass it on.